What's up, y'all? Today, me and my son, we're going to be doing a reaction video on a guy by the name of Jelani Day, a 25-year-old young black man who was mysteriously found in the river in Peru. So check out this reaction video. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Stay tuned.
Hold up. They will see it. These are what she did. You won't be able to prove it. Oh, yeah, somebody can go in some water like that. That's the ankle out of us. How tall was he?
He like 6'1".
So
Not
hard.
even 6'1". He wasn't 6 foot.
Let's say
Maybe.
like 5'10", 5'11". I was a 5'10", 5'11" person. That's like ankle high. I'm 5'10" myself. That's up to my ankle, probably my calf. I'm not drowning now, especially if you're good at swimming.
This is the area in which they told Jelani Day's mother that this is where this man's clothing was found, and this is where he allegedly drowned. But as told by Jelani's mother, he was a swimmer in college and high school. So in the midst of being a swimmer, your body would allow yourself to drown. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I know I swim myself, and every time I'm in the water, I'm not just gonna sit there and let myself drown. Especially in water, live shallow.
I can swim myself. And in the area that you guys see, where they're saying this guy, Jelani Day, drowned or committed suicide, allegedly. Because you have to say allegedly. Because if we're saying that they killed this boy, we can get sued and all the other things. I don't want that happening.
Quite far from where the car was.
Which also, this is where his clothing was found. This is also where the two white ladies who mysteriously ended up in this part of town checking to help Jelani's mother to find her child, allegedly helping his mother to find any clues about Jelani Day. And out of all places in Peru, these two white ladies ended up down here in this. As y'all can see, look at the water, look at the surroundings, look at the area, man.
Not understandable how you can drown in something like this. If you fall, I understand if you can fall, but you won't get straight back up. Especially in water like that.
And my thing is, if the police, when they did the search with the Illinois Search and Rescue, why would they stop? They're coming a mile and a half up the river and see that there were clothes up here to find other evidence. They didn't do their job. None of this makes sense. So I need you to see it for yourself. See it for yourself. None of this makes sense. Why would my son come anywhere where his clothes was, even if his clothes floated to this area? Why would he come down here and even take his clothes off? See this for yourself. That makes sense. You just came from an area where his car was parked. This is the area where his clothing was found, and his body was found up the river or down the river, see it for yourself and understand why. I'm asking for the Illinois Attorney General. Understand why I'm asking for the FBI. Understand why I'm asking for the Department of Justice. Understand why I'm saying that Bloomington and Peru and LaSalle and the sheriff office and everybody that was down here on September 4th did not do their job. See it for yourself.
That's crazy.
All right, now listen. As y'all can see, this is his mother, right? And she's telling y'all that basically this lady knows her son. She's been raising her son for 25 years. So she knows him in and out. She knows where he would go, if he would go, where he wouldn't go, places he would or would not be caught in or being at alone. And this is basically her telling y'all that this is not an area in which her son would even involve himself in being at by himself. And as y'all can see by the surroundings, this river is like almost kneecap or calf muscle high, even if that, right above the ankle high. He is a high school / college swimmer, being as though he was a swimmer in school. Again, your body will not allow you to drown yourself. It's going to fight. Your brain is telling you to fight. It's going to make you fight, or you're going to die. Now, I can understand if they showed us a video of Jelani Day being miles out in an ocean where there's no boat, there's nothing to help this man get upon to save himself to float, then yeah, this is not that situation, man. This is in a neighborhood in Peru of where you see the surroundings yourself, man. And there's no way in hell this 25-year-old high school / college grad / swimmer would kill himself. Like it makes no sense. And in the midst of this video and other videos that we're going to do reactions on, it was said that the autopsy said that because of this man being in this water for 30 days, 35 days, this man's tongue was cut out, this man's eyes was gouged out, this man's private parts were cut off, and they said, if I'm not mistaken, they said surgically. I don't understand it how this man's organs were missing, this man's private part were missing. To me, there's nothing in this water of where his body was found that would make you as a human who has a brain to really believe that something in that water ate this man's private part off and ate his tongue out his mouth, man. You've never heard that in the midst of first 48s and bodies being found, and even bodies that were found years later or maybe 6-7 months later after being murdered and put under the dirt, that their tongue and their private parts were missing, and it said surgically.
And what's it called? The only time your organs, it don't even take, like when you got caskets and the maggots is in the casket eating on a dead body, it don't even take them 30 days to eat a full intestine. It take months upon months
to decay. For your intestines to decay, that shit takes months and months for your shit to dissolve and be eaten away and all kinds of shit. But I have went on the internet and Googled if being in water and you're someone who's dead and your body's in the water dead, how long does it take for your organs to start, decaying or disappearing or being ate up? And it did say 30 to 35 days, but he wasn't in the water for no 35 days, man. He wasn't. I don't care if he was in the water. Your private part has no business being removed, taken off. Your tongue is basically the toughest part of your body, and it was out of his mouth, man. Even your skin is tough. I mean, until you pass away and it starts to deteriorate and loosen up and things like that. But that's in the midst of your body decaying. But your tongue is basically the toughest part of your body to be gone out of your mouth in 25 days, 30 days. Nothing can just sit in there and even if you're in the water, to me, nothing can sit in the water and just eat away your tongue unless it's a piranha or some parasites that are huge parasites that feed on things like that can eat away your body parts that fast. So I want y'all to continue to watch the video with me and my son. Again, we're doing a reaction video on this guy Jelani Day. Yeah, Jelani Day. We're doing a reaction video on him about this mysterious death that again, another black person who was found dead in a river, allegedly. But I'm going to say, from what I see and what I read up on and what I watched, this man did not commit suicide. This man who had a great family, who had great friends, who wasn't involved in the streets, who had no record, who had a high school diploma, he went to college and he got a degree and was about to become one of the best doctors in his city and state. Ain't no way, and had no depression. How they always say when they find
anxiety, depression,
a black person dead, oh he was crazy, he was seeing things. It's always we were depressed, we had anxiety disorders, we didn't want to live. And every time they found one of us dead somewhere, it's always we committed suicide or we killed ourselves, or maybe he was just too stressed out he couldn't live. Y'all, they didn't know nothing about this man, but besides what his mother said, like she's speaking to y'all about. Huh?
Yeah, like him.
Yeah, like his mom said, this man had a whole life career going for him, man. And he wanted to buy his mom a house. He wanted to take care of his mom. He wanted to take care of his dad. He wanted to take care of his brothers, his sister. He was good. His mom even got him a house because he wanted his own house. At the age of 25, he had his own house, own car, had a great career, great job, becoming a doctor, and all of a sudden he's gone. He killed himself. He's dead. He drowned himself. Once again, let us remind y'all, he was a swimmer. Being a swimmer, I don't care what type of body of water you're in, your body's going to make you fight so that you can't drown. That's what your brain tells you. Your body might get tired, but your brain is what's making you fight to live, man. So we're going to continue. Sorry we talking so long, but I honestly already seen this video and 3, 4, 5, 6 other videos, and I'm gonna do reaction videos on 2 more with my son about the situation because
it's my first time watching this one.
Yeah, it's his first time, but anyway, I'm trying to teach him about watching things like this because first of all, he's a young black man himself, and the way that they're doing our culture as one, and the things that they're doing and the way that they're doing it and getting away with it is not okay. And when they do it, they don't make things that are happening to us go viral, or they don't make it go national, or they don't put it on news coverage for it to be covered, and people don't know about all these black people, especially women and children as color, who are being kidnapped, who are being trafficked, who are being
sex slaves
and people, they're murdering our women and children for organs and stuff like that, and they're never to be seen or heard of.
I feel as though like in this tight area, like even though it's portrayed like this on movies and stuff, I feel as though the KKK got something to do with this because they're the main cult that will take your organs or just harvest your body in general and just throw your actual body somewhere like in a creek or river like this.
Okay, y'all, so before we start this video again, right, don't worry, this is only a cigarette, right? I'm going to ask my son a question. Since he just said that, I'm glad, right? Okay, so like I just told y'all, our women and children are being murdered. They're being slaughtered. They're being used for sex slaves. They're being used and killed for organs. And people are drinking our blood and taking us and killing our kids for our melanin. And he just said he feels as though these things are happening to us as one, as black people, because he feels that it's the cult, it's the KKK, right? So I'm gonna ask him this question, and then we're going to continue the video for y'all to watch it. Again, sorry that we're speaking, but I have to speak because if you don't know, we're trying to teach you, and I'm teaching him as we go along, right? So I just started this theory last night, right? On top of you saying about the code, you feel it's the KKK that's killing us. Yes, I believe it too, but I also believe that I'm gonna ask you this question. Other than you thinking it's them, right? Why do you feel is? What do you think about other than that of who do you feel is the people responsible or who are killing us and they're always getting away with it, nothing never happens, they go to court, they get found not guilty. Who do you think is the main reason of why our women and or children are coming up missing? Who do you think is also involved in this? Because let me give you a hint. They making you realize who it is for real other than who you think it is. Who are the only people that you know that can kill us? They can get away with it. They can go to court about it. They can get found not guilty, or they can always make up an excuse of why they felt though they had to do it because they thought that this happened, or he had, or she had this, or they felt threatened. Who do you feel as though are the main causes behind our women and children being kidnapped?
Cops. And the people that what's it called are in the industry and stuff. They have a lot to do with it.
I feel, right, that it's the cops who are out here killing our mothers, our daughters, our sisters, our grandmothers, our aunts, our female cousins, our kids, our children, our, family members. And you know why I feel like that, y'all? Is because they're the only people who be out at nighttime. They're the only people that be out late, patrolling even after they off the job and off the clock. They're the only people that they know that people are scared of them. They won't question them and won't ask questions about why they're arresting this person. And they're the ones who are kidnapping these prostitutes on the streets because they know they won't get looked at and people won't question them and they can't get charged and it's blue lives against everybody and they know they'll always have a backup plan and their police force is going to protect them and lie for them and forge things on the incident reports and don't put certain things that really happen and they're going to cut off cameras when they're in the midst of doing illegal shit and they're going to it's all that. So I believe that it's the police who are out here kidnapping our women and children, bro, because they're the only people out here who don't get questioned, who don't get looked at, or people are scared to approach them when they're arresting people, and then when they arrest them, we don't know where you're taking that person to. So and then they're out at nighttime, 3, 4 in the morning, and stalking people. They ride past people's houses that they are already arrested or harassing them. And they wait till they leave the house to kidnap them, and they're killing them and putting them places. And that's how I feel. So that's why I wanted to ask him the question. But we're going to continue the video so that y'all can watch.
Look around here. Look at this.
This is around Monday after the body. 3 different locations. Body. Body.
I first do like, all right for mine, it's a black person. Joe, not saying it's all black
See
people.
it for yourself.
But it's a stereotype.
Are there any
Nobody just gonna go
activities
woods
that
like
go
that.
on here where
Body
anybody
shows.
would have been around or
Like,
seen
I would
anything?
understand if it's awfully so.
Pretty much
Nobody's just gonna right from out the
How
door
would I
in the
know?
woods. Like
I'm here
No
just
one
like
black
at all.
I don't know.
is
I don't
going
know.
to go
As far as I'm
in
concerned,
an area
I
that
don't know what they
looks
do down here.
like that.
From what they tell me, it's
No
like a
rules,
lover's
y'all.
lane. Jelani ain't loving on nobody down here.
Tell them again. Get a whole house.
Nobody.
He got a whole
No,
house.
I don't know what they would do down here. My son ain't coming into the woods to hang out. That's not what he did. Ever. In all the 25 years of me raising him and knowing him, this wouldn't have been Jelani's hangout spot.
Period.
Oh,
He wouldn't have came down here to swim. See it for yourself.
She knows her child.
Where was the Jelani's wallet in Lanier found in proximity to this area here? Where did they say?
I don't have the proximity of the wallet. I know it wasn't found with the clothes. I know the lanyard wasn't found with the clothing of the body.
The car,
They were all weren't
the
found
wallet,
in the same area.
his clothing, and his body were all found in different areas around where she's at.
it goes like a mountain, right?
The car was down there a mile and some change away from where they found his clothing at. These two white women found his clothes at.
And plus, he put it, because the way he was driving, they said it from that it was somewhere like he could have went to his parents' house instead. Y'all see that in the next one.
Ask the witnesses who came down here and found the clothing. Why would they even come there?
Ask them two white
yeah,
ladies.
for yourself.
They what's it called? Lori up
Ask
after they
them.
found the what's it
There were
called?
two young
After
white
they found the
girls.
clothes.
They said the police officers told us that they was from ISU. That
That's crazy, bro.
Now we gonna respond to it. Okay, now listen. We're gonna respond to this. We're gonna cut that short, right? Y'all heard his mom say, "My son wouldn't dare come to an area like this. A child of hers that she's known and raised and cared for and nurtured and nourished for 25 years. Know him like the back of her hand, inside and out, right? She knows where her son would and would not go. Like she said, he's a swimmer. That area, who in their right mind, not to be on a racial thing, but we are not going in no place like that. Not even a white person in their right mind
Anyways,
would go down there and by themselves. Look at the area, like she says, she's saying it repetitively. Look at it yourself, bro, please. He's not that type of man, bro. And these two white women who they called themselves trying to help out Jelani Day's mother and go to an area and search and see if they can find anything, allegedly find something to help her out, right? How in the hell, out of all places in Peru, right, that they could have went and tried to help this lady find some type of evidence about her son's missing case that was not reported newswide, didn't make the news, they didn't cover it, nothing.
yeah, because I didn't hear about it till today.
Out of all the places these two white women could have went to search for this young black, knowledgeable, educated man, that's the first place they went to search. And that is the first place where they found clothing. And then at the end of that, in the midst of that, tell me, why is it that they went there and found clothing, right? Just to help the mom out, just to give her some clothes. That's the first place they picked, and that's where they found clothing at, right? And then after that, tell me, why is it that if they were doing this from the kindness of their hearts, just to help this lady out, why in the hell did they lawyer up?
Yeah, and the reason too.
Ask yourself that question. If y'all were going out and y'all knew someone in y'all neighborhood who had a missing person or something happened, y'all witnessed something and y'all cared about these people or this person and y'all seen it happen to this person's child or mother or whoever, and y'all wanted to let them know, y'all would let them know, right? Y'all wouldn't go tell them and then say, oh, I need a lawyer because I just told you something that I seen or witnessed happen to your mother, your child, your sister, your brother. They lawyered up after they found her son's clothing down in this disgusting, nasty river. Why would you lawyer up if you was just doing it out of the kindness of your heart just to go search around Peru and see if you could find? Why would you even involve yourself in the same ladies who found this man's clothing? One of those ladies were also the lady who was adamant on calling to see where he at. Did he make it there? Kept calling him. Was making sure he was here and there, telling the mom he didn't make it. She was calling the police, reporting him missing. In the beginning, before all of any of this came about, this same lady who found his clothing was calling him before he even, died, making sure he was here. They got text messages of this, man. Why would they lawyer up after they found her son's clothing down in this river? Me, as being a grown man who I have a good head on my shoulder and I'm very intelligent, bruh, they are hiding something. They know something. Either they were involved in it of his disappearance and murder, or they know who did it. Because there's no way in hell you're going to do something out of the kindness of your heart to help somebody find closure or evidence about something that happened to their child or their family member, and then after that you do it from the kindness of your heart, but you want to lawyer up. That means you have something to hide.
But also, like, when you think about it, why would you not ask the mom, like, after they called and told her she's missing, he's missing, why would they not ask her, oh, what's some places he hangs out at? But Shorty probably already knew that because she'd be with him. But why would you still not be like, oh, what are some places he usually goes or hangs out at that's not really in this area, but that he spends a lot of time at? Like, why would you not ask questions like that? But instead, you want to go straight out there,
They
probably
went
drop his
straight.
car off.
Yeah, they went straight to the spot. Don't do y'all get what I'm trying to say? They went straight to the spot, coincidentally, of where this man's clothing was and where his body was only down the river from that. How did they know to go straight to that particular spot? And after finding that man's clothing, why did they lawyer up? That's what I want to ask y'all. Again, sorry that we're taking so long for this reaction video, but we have to, man, because this is a case that wasn't brought to national television, or wasn't nationalized and wasn't brought upon the people to know. So that's all I'm asking y'all.
Yeah, because let this have been a white man, not racist, no none of that, but let this have been a white man that just got what bro got. They would have been like, oh, da 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 was found in a river, missing this, down, and third, and would have been everywhere. This is my first time of hearing his name Jay Lee, right? How you say his name? Like disrespectful. It would have been his. This is my first time hearing about him, honestly. But if this was a white man or some famous white person, they would have been up on it. The day he got allegedly died, it would have been everywhere.
If this was a white man, a white woman, a white child, their incident would have been nationalized, televised. It would have been all over the news. They would have been searching, had the search parties. They wouldn't have been leading the family on and not working hard on it to go find them. They would have had hundreds of thousands of people searching all the areas, accusing people, all this other stuff they would do for these. This is not a racial tension situation, but it's the truth.
Definitely is.
Period. It's the truth. We know it. He know better. Y'all know better. We might have some white subscribers, viewers. This is not a racial thing. But come on, man. Y'all seen it damn near all y'all life on how they are doing us as black people.
Especially a lot recently. A lot.
If this was a white person who were murdered like that, because it's not a suicide. It's not. So I'm not going to sit here and say allegedly nothing. No, this is not a suicide. This is a homicide. And the way they went about this murder lets you know furthermore that this is not a suicide, man. It's not. It's not. And I'm sorry to let y'all know, but we're just doing this reaction video upon this because I wanted to teach my son about, doing reaction videos for him to get more viewers and to do more reaction videos on things like this that are serious in the world that needs to be brought upon attention so that he can, get more viewers. He needs to do reaction videos on real things like this for people to follow, because doing reaction videos on stuff like this is bringing awareness to other people, same race, different races, of letting y'all know that there are people out here who are being murdered and their cases are being covered up. And because these people who did the murder are connected to very powerful people, chiefs, lieutenants, ex-cops, cops that are on duty now.
Government,
so
just in general.
Government people who are involved with these people who are involved in murder cases, they're letting it get away and they're sweeping it under the rug to protect their image. So this is what we're speaking about. So we're going to continue the video and let y'all watch it.
were bored. They came down here because they wanted to find information to see if they can help locate anything about Jelani. Ask them why they would come down here. Ask them why this would be the spot that they would look at. How would they know? I need those answers.
Right.
We all do.
Ask them why they lawyered up right now.
Tell them again.
Ask them.
Mrs. Day has wanted to meet the young ladies that found.
Oh, yeah.
To thank them personally for.
Also, she didn't even get a chance to see her own child's body, which is crazy. They said that they sent one of her family members down or up to go see the body. Why would they not let her go see her own child's body? The mother of the child, which does not make sense at all.
Yeah.
Don't tell me to cut off. Don't tell me the audio cut out. I was on mute. Wow.
She wanted just to
We're
thank
gonna
them
mute the
for
whole fucking thing.
taking the time out.
Yeah,
But now she's never even been able to meet the ladies. So see it for yourself. Just trying to find answers. Cover up. Cover up. Cover up.
Y'all hear Reverend Jackson? Y'all hear Reverend Jackson? Cover up. It's plain as day. Cover up. Reverend Jackson is letting y'all know a cover up. That's plain and simple, in your face. It's a cover up.
Like, look at that. They just showed y'all the landscape. How is somebody going to drown in something like that?
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for being present in this place, present in our hearts. Thank you, dear Heavenly Father, for covering the Bolden Day family. Dear Heavenly Father, we're seeking justice, and I know that through you we'll get it. Dear Heavenly Father, we just ask that you comfort Mother Day and the Day family's heart, dear Heavenly Father, because we have to go through this process of healing. And we're seeking you for that healing, dear Heavenly Father, and also we're seeking you to touch the hearts, because somebody knows something, dear God. So touch their hearts so that they can come forth, dear Heavenly Father.
They know something.
And let us know what's going on in the small city of Peru. Because we need justice for Jelani, dear God.
They need to question them two white women,
Father.
which is what they're not doing.
Father.
And
We know that
Jelani Day's mother wanted to just thank them two white women.
Father, we ask that the entire
She
world
couldn't
see
even
this
thank
for
them for
themselves.
finding her son's clothing
looks like a
because they
cover-up.
lawyered up.
So we ask that you
Again,
uncover
ask
this
yourself,
moment.
why would they lawyer up? Right? Why would they lawyer up if they were doing this out of the kindness of their heart? Once again, just to help this lady find some type of closure with where her son was found. If they knew anything about it, if they could help and they found anything, then let her know. Why would they lawyer up if they were only doing this from the kindness of their heart for her to find closure? They lawyered up because they know something about it. Either they had something to do with it, or they know the people who did what they did to Jelani Day. Period. It's plain sight. Again, for the last time, look at the area where they're trying to say this man's body / clothes were found a mile away from his car. Why in the hell would he walk over a mile to go down to this disgusting river
And
and commit suicide?
I'm not gonna say he does not fish, but we fish for ourselves, so we do. We're not gonna park that far away to go fishing in an area like that. A mile away, it don't make sense at all. The dots is not connected.
Hey, listen, I'm a cold-blooded, addicted fisherman, right? And I always take my kids, right? Let me tell y'all something. I would never in my goddamn life walk a mile or more. First of all, before we even go anywhere that we're going fishing, we will Google map it and look at the surroundings of the area around the pond or the lakes to see if it's somewhere we would like because of how it looks, or if it's safe enough to where there are a lot of other people around for us to even go fishing. If I seen this spot on my Google Maps, if I lived in Peru, on Google Maps, And this was the area I was thinking about taking my kid. Let me tell y'all something. I would never take my damn kids in the area scary as this and disgusting as this area is and unsafely as this area looks and weird as this place looks and take my kids to a place like this. And if I was to go somewhere like this, it may be if I was, which I doubt it, but if I was, trust and believe me, I would be carrying my gun to protect us. This does not look like an area where you want to go fishing. This does not look like an area where you damn sure wouldn't want to go swimming.
Swim.
It looks like there can be anything in this water, bro.
You can hunt. That's something you probably do there. That's about it.
This is not somewhere where you want to go fishing, let alone swimming. You don't want nothing in that water to touch you. You don't know what's in there that's as big as you that can eat you, bite you. So if he was going to commit suicide, right? Why in the fuck would he go commit suicide in an area like this when he could have easily did this at his own house? He has a home. His mother has a home. His brothers have a home. His sister has a home. He has a good life, good family, good career.
Why would you want to commit suicide?
Why would you want to commit suicide in a area such as this?
Or just want to commit suicide in general?
Period.
So you got everything going for you.
You got everything going for you. You wasn't stressed out. You was a good person. You had a career. You had a good job. You were about to get. Why would you commit suicide and then commit suicide in an area like this? So all this shit about them keep saying he committed suicide and that's the story they're sticking to, bro.
It's trifling.
That's just like this other video that I'm gonna do a reaction on with my son about the army, about this young 19-year-old black lady who was raped in the army, and her dad and mother knew something was wrong, and then she ended up telling them she was raped, and then she was supposed to come home 4 months after she told her mother and father especially that she was raped. But the dad used to work for the army and the mother that their daughter attended. And he was a doctor. He did things like, work on people's wounds and bodies and stuff like that. So he knew the story that they told him about how his daughter was murdered. They said his 19-year-old daughter committed suicide, right? She shot herself with a gun that was taller than her when she sat down. They said she committed suicide and shot herself through the mouth and out the back of her head. But when you put the video together and they show you the pictures of this young lady and how she laid on the ground after forcing a what's those guns called? It's a M. No, it was like a chopper, the long black ones with the extra. Is damn, I'm sorry, y'all. It's one of those guns. But when she sat down, the gun
you
went.
talking about the spam sniper that they what's it called? Is it on Cold War?
But listen, the way they claim that she killed herself, she was raped again. But before she could come home, she allegedly killed herself in the manner that she killed herself, sitting down. And when they showed us the pictures of where the bullet shell casing landed, right next to her thigh, right? And the way she laid down like this with her hand over her jaw, man, you're not laying like that, man. Perfectly when you shoot yourself in the head. There's no way you're going to lay flat down on your back and just do this after shooting yourself with a pistol, period. So that's going to be my next reaction video to this story about this young lady who they allegedly claimed killed herself after she was raped in the army. And there's multiple other videos about women who were raped, then murdered, then the higher ups in the army covered it up because guess what? The older men who were in the army were the men who were killing these white and black young ladies, pedophiles, rapists, people like that. And then they knew that they can get away with it. And once the army put a diagnosis on something like that, like a murder or a homicide, that's what they stick to. But they're never going to say that somebody in the army was murdered because they don't want to have to deal with the paperwork and putting people on blast or putting powerful people and getting them in trouble.
Especially if it's one of their best soldiers.
So I'm going to do my next video on that after the next video of Jelani Day's video. And we're going to do a reaction video to that. But we're going to continue the video.
dear God, so that we can see truth and see it clearly, dear Heavenly Father. Thank you, dear God, for giving us the strength to stand. Thank you, dear Heavenly Father, for giving us the blood that runs through our veins. Thank you, dear Heavenly Father, for giving us the heart to continue to fight, dear Heavenly Father, to seek justice for Jelani. We love you, God, and we thank you for loving us back in the marvelous, magnificent name of Jesus Christ. We do pray. Everybody say together. Amen. Amen again. Somebody say cover up. Somebody say see it for yourself.
See it for yourself.
Let that be one of my family. I'm a one to time. I'm not going to sit there and not just try not to talk about it. So got people that found his stuff. Like, I'm going to go find them and tell them. But I'm gonna go find them myself. Like I'm gonna go on a look because it might be hard because one, they got lawyers.
And you
There's
already
probably
know
people probably watching her right now.
So provide, oh God, the reassurance that you will guide us to the place that
One way or another.
answers will be given and justice will be served. We thank you, though, that in the moment of Jelani's crisis, you were there to rid him of that which would have harmed him. But now, God, we need to comfort the family that longs for his presence, misses his voice, that ultimately what has become a tough ground might become holy because righteousness has returned. So God called your angels to speak. And to speak clearly, to tell us what happened when darkness fell into place and there was no light. We know you saw all that there was to see. And then, oh God, remind those who have ultimate responsibility to ensure that justice is done. Hold them accountable as they walk through this process, because at the end of the day, justice never sleeps, nor will this family's commitment. So we stand with them, lift their arms, pull them close to you, cause them to find peace and comfort even in sleepless nights and tear-filled pillows. God, ultimately, we know that you know. And so we say, speak, Lord. For we're listening. Guide us, and we will follow until we get to the place where we can lay the monument that says, justice for Jelani rests here. Keep us in your perfect peace, power, and will, we pray. Amen.
We're about to end this video. We want y'all to like, share, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend.